Hey guys, welcome back or to the channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Eloise. If you're not, welcome back. We haven't done a makeup or skincare inspired video in I want to say several months. And since we're changing seasons and I was packing for one of my trips and I was like, wait, I haven't done a what's in my makeup bag in such a long time. It dawned on me, this is the perfect opportunity to show you an updated what's in my makeup bag fall/winter edition. Because even though I do the same makeup look all the time, it's very minimalist, glowy, a little bit bronzy, it's crazy how I use different products than I did when I made my first video earlier this summer. So without further ado, let's get straight into doing my makeup. No surprises here, I'm still using my Say makeup pouch. It still is just one of those, why would I spend so much money on like a Louis Vuitton case or something that's like designer when this one works so well. You'll see it packs literally all of my makeup and some. It's a little bit destroyed on the inside, but that's okay. It's memories. It's my makeup and memories, and it adds character to the bag. This is everything that is in here for this trip, and we're gonna go through every last thing. So first, starting off, I have clean skin, nothing on, and we're gonna go straight into prepping. When it comes to makeup prep, these are the two that I've been using. Secure the Blur One Size Makeup Magnet Primer, and there's also the Easy Blur from Huda Beauty. I was never a primer kind of girl, and then obviously getting sent so many different products, I wanted to try them out. And I'm not gonna lie to you and say that I noticed the biggest difference from when I use primer and when I don't. But these are the two that I've been gravitating towards. They dry really quickly, despite this, like, especially this one that's like gel-like consistency. And at least for One Size, I didn't really know that much about One Size Beauty, and I just now started to get into it, and they make really good products. So this one is like more of like a gel, and this one looks like this. And this one is giving very much primer. Looking at it, it's like, I see the anti-blur properties. While I'm letting this dry, normally I would have gone in and done my eyebrows. You guys should already know the one product that I use for my eyebrows. It is always the same. It is always consistent. There is no other brow product that I use, and that is the Refi Brow Sculpt. This stuff, some people are gonna get mad when I say this. I would sell my firstborn for it. I literally cannot go a day without using it. It is so good. And I'm gonna show you how to use this product. As easy as it is, a lot of people don't know how to use it correctly, and then they'll have the, oh, my eyebrows are like white, they didn't lay flat, or whatever it is. But this is how you're supposed to use it. Grab your brow sculpt. You're going to untwist it and use this to apply it to your eyebrow. And this is what a lot of people don't realize. You're gonna take your brow sculpt, pop the top off, and this is when you see this spoolie. And you're gonna use that top flat edge to brush the product into your eyebrows and get it into that perfect feathered brow look. I was never a foundation girl, and the amount of foundation I put on is so small that it's not really like I'm getting this full extra layer. But these two foundations are my go-to absolute perfection. I'm obsessed with. My makeup looks so good every single time I use it, and that is the Patrick Ta foundation and the Luminous Silk. I will say, one thing about the Luminous Silk is when I'm experimenting with new products, I don't try it with this if it's like an important night out or I'm just a little bit nervous, because I found that sometimes certain products do not mix well with the Armani Luminous Silk. So I have a certain routine that I use this with. Now, this one works with every single product. It is so universal. It's so light, gives you that dew. And when I take pictures, my skin has never looked better. That being said, I'm gonna use this one and show you the routine that I've also been using super often. One thing I love about the Luminous Silk is that it is very light. Like, it's not a thick foundation, and literally this is how much foundation I put on my face. And a makeup video wouldn't be complete if I'm not showing you the brushes that I'm using too. So I'm using Hourglass's foundation brush just to blend all of this in. And really you can see as I'm blending, it's not giving me like full coverage at all. It's really just making everything even. Hourglass overall just makes really good makeup brushes. I just love the way it dispenses all the product. It's so light, it's fluffy. So once that base is all good, we're gonna move on to my favorite step, which is concealers. In my first video, I think I showed about 5 or 6 different concealers, but I'm gonna narrow it down to my favorite 2 that are just my go-tos always. I've never had any issues with any of these. So we've got the Gucci concealer as well as the Haus Labs Triclone concealer. I don't know what they put in the Triclone concealer formula, but it is actual perfection. I've also never had a concealer that is so perfectly my shade before, and this one is. And I wear the shade 31, which is medium neutral. I do want to mention that with the Gucci one, I also have it in a darker shade to use as a liquid contour, and I've never had any issues. It's one of my favorite combos to use during the summer, but seriously, I love these down. When it comes to applying my concealer, there is only one brush I use, and that is the House Labs. I don't even know what the official name is, but it is their concealer brush. It's also nice that it's at a little bit of an angle, so when you're applying, I feel like it just gives you a smoother, more exact concealer application. But literally you can see it's melting into my skin, which is exactly what we want when we're going for this no makeup look, bronzy, simple, accentuating your natural features, like nothing crazy. And I'm really looking in the mirror, and this is such, like, I haven't even put on anything. This base, crazy, insane, beautiful, amazing. There was one product that I forgot to talk about when we were doing just like base, and that is the Veil Skin Tint from Hourglass. I feel very fortunate getting to work with so many different makeup brands that sometimes I'll get access to products before they launch. So they're under embargo and I get to test them out. And the Veil Skin Tint was one that I got to test out, I wanna say 2 months before it launched. And this, very much like how I use my foundations, like very, very light coverage, this is great. Great for if you just wanna like step out the house, don't wanna do too much, keeping it simple, and very lightweight, will last you all day, and great option. Definitely these were hiding at the bottom of my makeup bag, but these are Dior's new foundation sticks. Holy cow, are these amazing. So I wear the shade 3, and just like your average foundation stick, this is what it looks like. I definitely would say it's more of a full coverage foundation stick compared to the Charlotte Tilbury one. This one definitely gives you coverage, and I would say is like packs a punch, but I love the formula, and I think these are so creamy. And this is a perfect segue into our contour, because they also make the foundation stick in a contour, and this has been one of my favorite new products to test out. Just like the other one, it is so creamy. I don't even know if you can like really see that. But when you're also blending and contouring, I think it's very forgiving, which for a lot of us, contour can be very daunting, and it's nice to have something to kind of just like ease up and make contour playful and fun. So definitely like this, but because it's a stick, you can really position it exactly where you want. So I think that's also a great pro to this one. I have fallen back in love with the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. I have been trying to film more on a daily basis and also create more like fashion content and just take more pictures for Instagram. So I've found that it's been part of my routine to do my makeup every day. But when I do my makeup, I still want something that's light, that's gonna take me like maybe 5-10 minutes, nothing that's too crazy. And this is just so natural that I'm obsessed. The one thing that is annoying about this is just the mess that it creates. Once you get the product on this, it inevitably will get all inside of here. So I basically have to clean this every single time I use it, but there are definitely like worse things. Okay, and then when it comes to applying my contour, I'm using this angled brush that I literally got from Ulta. It's one of the Ulta made brushes, but it's always worked for me. It's the perfect angle. It still has all its fluff, and I've had it for like 3 years. So just going ahead, upward strokes. So there we have it, and like already this is giving like bronzy, and we haven't even put on the rest of our makeup. I feel like every couple months I go through this phase where I just no longer like using blush. I don't know why, it doesn't resonate with me. Right now I'm kind of like in this in-between phase. So I'll put on a liquid or cream blush, go on with powder, and then I just won't put any on afterwards. So it's like a very, very subtle pop of color, but it's not like boom, blush. And the ones that I've been obsessed with, I talked about it in my last video, but the Rhode Pocket blushes. This is the color Freckle that I've been obsessed with. In my last video, I said I was gonna go back and try some of the other colors. I'm just gonna let you know I have not. I've stuck to Freckle, but I also just found these, which are the by Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil. I used some of these over the summer when I was in Saint Tropez, and I loved the way that it looked, but he just came out with a couple new colors that I think are more fall-ish. So this is one of them. This one is in Perfect Pink. And then the other one that I've really been loving this fall is in Rose Crush. It's a little bit more muted, almost like mauve-y. And even with the colors that I used during the summer, there was like Papaya Pop and this Strawberry something. They look super bright in the packaging, but once you actually apply it to your skin, they melt and look so good. This is the brush that I've been applying it with. It's the By Mario F4 brush. And one thing I just want to say, because in my last video when I applied the Rhode Pocket Blush, there was a comment about how it wasn't showing up on camera. If you guys know anything about just makeup and filming and camera, you have to apply a lot of blush in order for it to be seen and picked up on the camera. But if you were here in person, you could see the color. I wish that you guys were here so that you could see how beautiful this looks on the skin. And I am a matte makeup kind of girl, but if I was a dewy girl, this on my cheek right now is giving so glow and cutesy princess, but unfortunately we're gonna have to put on some powder because I'm a dewy, glowy, matte kind of girl, you know? Sometimes you have products that come with specific brushes and you can kind of use the brushes for whatever you want, but this and this product go so well together that this is like the perfect combo. Now for my personal favorite part, powder. You guys know how obsessed I was with the Givenchy loose setting powder, and then for some reason they changed the formula and it's just not the same. So instead I've been loving the Huda Beauty Peach Pie, and I actually just ordered new little like puffs. But I've actually also been using this like MAC brush randomly. I don't know, when I was playing with my makeup a while ago, when I wanted to be on the more dewy side and not matte, instead of using a triangular puff, I would just use this brush and pat it in. And I felt that it kept a little bit of the dew, or just not matte to the umph degree. That was like my little tried and true hack. Okay, I know this has been a lot, but we're honestly almost done with the makeup routine and the bag is almost empty. So the next step is bronzer. When it comes to bronzer, I think I talked about this before, or maybe I hadn't. I don't know if it had come out yet, but it is Rare Beauty's pressed powder. And I know that I said pressed powder and you're probably like, what do you mean? But when they came out with this product, I had the opportunity of sitting down and getting to talk to Selena, and they also had some of her makeup artists on set. And they were saying it's honestly a 2+1. You can use your regular shade and use it as a pressed powder. I like pressed powders for more of a brightening, so I tend to go for lighter colors like the Peach Pie. But her makeup artists were like, best hack ever, go 1 or 2 shades darker than you normally would and use it as a bronzer. And for my brush, I'm using this. It's from It Cosmetics, and this is just one of my favorite brushes. I don't know what it is about this brush, but I am obsessed with it. There's never been a bronzer brush that I've loved more. And honestly, the fact that it's so big, I don't even know if it applies the product exactly where I want it, but I just feel like it does a really good job at like blending when I go over. So she's staying and I love her. Okay, so basically the face is kind of done. We've got mascara, lips, and highlighter, and then we're done. I'm gonna quickly just curl my lashes because this is an essential step in the makeup routine. I don't use a particular eyelash curler. This one I randomly got when I went to Montauk with Maybelline, hence the purple, but I've used it ever since and it's always done the job. Okay, when it comes to mascara, I've honestly had really good luck. So obviously I was using the Kush Milk Mascara, and this one, I think it's just the waterproof version, but I ran out of mine and then got this one. And I feel like it's important when I'm talking about mascaras to show you all the different brushes, because that's what really makes the mascara good. But it really does well at like getting every single lash. And I feel like I always gravitated toward the same types of brushes. So this one from YSL has that like thicker bristle brush where they're definitely a lot longer. And this is what I always gravitated towards. But then I came across the One Size Beauty mascara, and I honestly almost kept it in its box and didn't even try it because I was like, I've never used a mascara wand like this. It's so small. There's no way that it could get every single one of my lashes. And boy, was I wrong. I'm gonna show you guys that one on me. But another one is the Telescopic by L'Oreal. This one really threw me for a loop. Because what? This is like non-existent. And yet, if you want something to look like you're not really wearing mascara and you just want people to compliment you, like, oh my God, you have the most natural, amazing eyelashes, this one is so good. But I'm gonna show you what the one size does to my eyelashes. So this is me, no mascara on, eyelashes, natural, whatever. Now we're gonna go in with the one size and I'm gonna show you the difference that it makes. And literally as I'm applying it, I bring it all the way to the base and I can feel these little brushes against my eyelashes. We're doing what we need to do. So disregard this little messiness under, but you can see the difference that it made in my lashes. Like they are. Next up is highlighter, and coincidentally, I've been loving Dior highlighters recently. So the Glow palette is one that I got maybe like a month or two ago, and I use it every single day. So you've got 4 different highlighter options, which I think is great depending on like your skin tone, what kind of makeup vibe you're doing. This one, which is the shade Strobe Gold, is probably my favorite and my go-to. And then very similarly, this is the Gold Illuminator and it's like a liquid form. This one is definitely a little bit more natural than this, I think just because it's a cream or liquid versus a powder, but they both are a beautiful shade of gold and like really do a good job at highlighting. When it comes to applying highlighter, it's like a 50-50. Sometimes I'll go in with my hand and sometimes I'll just go in with this random eyeshadow Hourglass 6 brush. And highlighter is one of those that sometimes I like just don't even blend it in. I just like leave it because I forget. But then once I apply it, I'll just go in with my finger and blend it in. And then one of my favorite places to put highlighter is literally on the tip of your nose. And then I'll also go in and put in like right above my Cupid's bow. And I think Cupid bows are some of just like the sexiest little features that why not accentuate it and bring a little bit more attention to it. So obviously I didn't put on any eyeliner, but I'm gonna show you the ones that I just have in my bag for keepsake. And it is the Hourglass eyeliner as well as a Pat McGrath. This one just comes in this beautiful shade of brown that's called Black Coffee that I just love and have been gravitating towards. But also I have the Kosas ones. This is the shade Hypnotize and Depth. The Kosas ones are great because they come in so many different colors. The one thing I will say, which is a good and also not a bad, but just something to be aware of, they dry very quickly. So you have about like a 10-15 second window to like smudge it or do whatever you want to before it dries and it sets. But once it sets, it is not moving. So keep that in mind. Okay, so our last and final step is lips. If there's one thing about me, I don't really wear lip liners, but what you will find me doing is a clear lip gloss. I think I'm the queen of them. 9 times out of 10, I will be using Summer Fridays' Lip Butter Balm in Vanilla Beige. This is my go-to lip balm, go-to gloss, literally just go-to everything. But alongside that, I found a new lip balm that I've really been gravitating towards and loving, and it is the Topicals Slick Salve, which is quite literally a tongue twister. I think why I've been gravitating towards this one so much recently is because I've been loving the mint flavor of it, but also one of the reasons why the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm is so superior is the applicator shape. This is what both of them look like next to each other, and that slope makes all the difference when you're actually applying the product because it like shapes perfectly to your lip. But if I am wearing like more of a traditional lip gloss, the faux filler from Huda Beauty, they literally just came out with it. I don't have filler in my lips. The first time I put this on, I said, holy wow. It was giving pout, it was giving purr, it was giving cute. It comes in 2 different colors, a brown and a clear, but this one I thought was just like really good. And then I also have the Sephora Collection lip gloss. This quite literally I think is a exact dupe of the Dior Lip Maximizer. They also have the exact same shade number, 001 and 001. This one I'll put on because I think it's so good, and if you don't want to spend the money on the Dior one, I kid you not, I think these are the exact same. But you're gonna see like the shine is there, and equally it lasts a good amount of time. And also has that like yummy little mintiness at the end too. So this is what the makeup is looking like at the very end. One thing that I love about makeup is you can literally create the exact same look using different products. And when I do this video, if you guys want me to do an updated spring one or another makeup video like this, the look will always be the same, but it's amazing to see all these new products that are coming out, how formulas are changing, and just how like makeup is constantly just evolving. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more makeup or skincare-esque content, please let me know. Drop your suggestions, your comments, literally anything that you want to tell me, drop it below. I'm gonna go repack my bag and stick it in my suitcase, but I'll see you guys next week.